Hello, very good morning. Today we will start chapter 3, working with queries, forms and reports. So let us start. First I will explain query. Query literally means question, simple questions regarding MS Access, regarding database. Query is a question that we can ask to find a specific, that is a special information from the database. As the database of any organization may contain a huge amount of data, that is may contain a large amount of data. Moreover, it may consist of multiple tables, that is we can store data in a database in the multiple tables, more than one tables. As it may consist multiple tables, the number of records in a table increases more and more. At this very situation, it becomes a very difficult task for any user to extract, that is to access a specific records from the table as its data volume increases. At this very situation, Microsoft Access provides us a solution for this problem through queries. That is, through queries we can ask our problem, that is to specific records to display to the database. So a query is a database object. We have already studied it in the previous chapter. A query is a database object that allows us to retrieve, that is to fetch or to access information from one or more database tables that meet a specific condition or criteria specified or mentioned by us. And the information retrieved or accessed on the basis of a specified criteria in the query is stored in a separate table or new table called the query table. So query, let us elaborate the term query. A query is a simple question. Query literally means question, problem. A query is a simple question that we may ask to find a specific information from the database. Similarly, in Access, when we create a query, we are defining a specific search condition, that is search criteria. We can use query to view, change, summarize and analyze the specific data in different ways. In our daily life, we also make several types of queries to get specific information. For example, in our class, in your section, which students are scoring above 85% marks, or which students live in which area of the city, in which students scored less than 30% marks, etc. Or which students go to school by using school transport, etc. And we can make quick decisions depending on the criteria. Let us understand the concept of queries with the help of the given example in the book. Just look at the table figure 3.1, students table. We have records of class 8 as well as class 9 students. Suppose we want to extract the record, that is we want to access the records of students of class 8 and class 9 who reside in Panchkula and Chandigarh. We can find this with the help of queries. Queries are made on tables and the result are displayed in the form of a table, that is in a group of rows and columns. As we know that a table consists the data in the form of rows and columns. Microsoft Access provides various types of queries like select queries, parameter queries, cross-tab queries, action queries, and structured queries, in language query, etc. This will be discussed later. And the next is setting a relationship between tables. Relationships are links that associates a field in one table with the same field in another table. In Access, as we can store data in multiple tables, that is more than one tables. So to bring that all information in the different tables, in order to bring all those information together, we need to define a relationship between the tables. That is, we need to connect those all tables. Once we have defined, and we can connect those all tables using relationship. Once we define the relationship between the tables, data from both the tables can be used by query, form, or report. A relationship works by matching a field with the same name in both the tables. Means we can define the relationship between the tables only if they have the same field. That is, to create a relationship, the two tables must have a common field. In most cases, these matching fields are a primary key from one table that uniquely identifies each record in a table and a foreign key in the other table. That is, if two tables have a common field, then that common field in the first table is primary key and it must be unique. And the same field in the another table is called the foreign key. A foreign key is a value in one table that must match with the primary key of another table. As mentioned above earlier, to create a relationship between two tables must have a common field. So that common field in the first table it should be primary key and it should be unique, and the same field in this another table is called it should be foreign key. To create a relationship, we make two tables. We will create two tables with the name students that holds information about students such as their roll number, first name, class, address, and city, and the other with the name marks that holds information about the student's roll number, percentage, and grade. And as we can see that both the tables, that is students and marks, have one field common, and that common field is roll number. On the basis of this common field, we will create a relationship. These are related the practical work, so we will create a relationship during lab. So now we move ahead. Now creating a query in Query Wizard. This is also lab oriented. We will create a query using design view. It will be done during the lab. After creating the query, then we need to specify criteria on which the query is made. To understand this, let us discuss some terms related to criteria, specifying. We can specify condition using simple criteria or multiple criteria. In specifying simple criteria, let us understand it with the help of the given examples. To view the roll numbers and names of students of class 8, double click on the required fields in the table and move the cursor to the criteria row and type the criteria equal to 8 in the class field column. Click on the sort property in the first name column and set it in the ascending order. Click on the close button of the query window to save the query. A dialog box will appear asking us to save changes to the design of query 1. We click on yes button to save the changes. The save as dialog box will appear. Specify the query name and click on OK button. The query name will appear in the navigation pane. Double click on the query name to view the query output. The query result will be displayed in the database in datasheet view. It also looks like a table. And specifying multiple criteria. To see information when either two or more alternate criteria are satisfied. At this situation, we should make use of OR criteria row in the design grid of the query. In the design grid of query, there is field, table, show, sort, criteria, and OR option. The field is the first row of the design grid. It displays the selected field names from the table. We can select it by just clicking on the arrow at its right and select the field. Table. Beneath each field name, that is below each field name, is the name of the existing table. So the show row displays a check mark. The field with check marks displays the information when the query is run. We can also hide it during runtime. To do so, deselect the check mark by clicking on it. Sort. This property is used to filter the data either in an ascending or descending order. However, it is optional. In criteria, it contains the condition on the basis of which the records will be filtered in the query output. And OR. This property is used to set multiple criteria in a query. Please refer page number 44 to see these terms. Now, specifying multiple criteria. To see information in either two or more alternate criteria are satisfied, and we can make use of OR criteria row in the design grid of the query to specify multiple criteria. Suppose from a wide range of record that we want to see the records of class 8 and class 9 only. To do so, move the cursor to the criteria row and type the condition equal to 8 in the class field and type the second condition equal to 9 in the OR row of the same column. Now we run the query by clicking on the run button on the design tab. The query result will be displayed in the datasheet view. If you want to save our query, click on the save command in the quick access toolbar. When prompted to name it, type the desired name and click the OK button. We will see this in detail during the lab. I will send its video. Actually, these topics are lab oriented, so we will do this in details. The next is creating a query in Query Wizard. We will create the query using Query Wizard during the lab.